Gary Spain here for Irish Football Fan TV on my instant after-match reaction on Republic of Ireland 0, Finland 1. Well, unfortunately, there's no way to sugarcoat this. This was a very, very disappointing defeat. And it was also a disappointing performance. I had high hopes, and I'm not going to write off this team. And I've seen already people on social media trying to write off Stephen Kenny and writing off the team after one or two games. I'm certainly not going to do that, but it was a disappointing performance, and it was a very, very disappointing result. Our first ever defeat by Finland, and frankly, Finland deserved it. So we'll start with the lineup. So the changes from last Thursday was the whole midfield three was changed. I start with Robbie Brady because I think he made such an impact off the bench in Sofia that I think he was always going to start. Harry Arter surprised me. I'm not sure if he's the right man for the holding role, although James McCarthy didn't have a great game. Jay Malumbia, I was actually pleased to see him in the side as well, starting. A bit of a surprise for me, but I thought he did well. But he still, I mean, he hasn't had a Premier League game yet. I know he had a good season last season with Millwall, so he will take time. But by and large, I think people wouldn't have been too surprised with the starting lineup. I'm assuming that David McGoldrick didn't start because he wasn't 100% fit. Because I still think he's the best option we have up front. So, the first half, well, frankly, the first half performance was poor. Finland probably deserved to go in at half-time in front. And the reason they didn't was because of one particular great save by Darren Randolph and Timo Pukki. So I suppose we were lucky to go in at half time. It was probably thinking, okay, this is going to be a real test for Stephen Kenny. What happens at half time? Would we see changes? Now we have. It's 3 subs at the moment for the Nations League. I think people who've been watching the Premier League and other competitions after lockdown would have seen 5 subs, and I think it would have been a classic case of 2 changes at half time. Now, we didn't make any changes at half-time. I did think there was an improvement, actually, for the start of the second half. I actually think the 15 minutes after half-time was probably our best 15 minutes in the game. And that we actually did manage to push Finland back. And we didn't create too many great chances. We didn't open them up as such, but we had the possession, we had the territory, and they weren't bothering us at all. And then, well, just after that, in the 64th minute, Finland made a substitution, and talk about an instant impact. Jensen was 18 seconds on the pitch, and he scored. And he actually got involved in his first, as he sprinted onto the pitch and got involved in winning the ball, giving it to Timo Pukki, and he set Taylor away down the left. And Jensen made a lung-busting run to the far post to meet Taylor's cross. And unfortunately, well, it was a very bad goal from our point of view, in that I thought Harry Arter was poor in the way he lost the ball to Pukki and Pukki. Sorry, I keep getting that wrong. To Pukki. And Enda Stevens didn't track the run of Jensen. And it made it easy for him at the far post. So, goal down after 64 minutes. And if I'd said it was a test of Stephen at half-time, it was certainly a test of the team and the management at this point, going to goal down at home to Finland. And unfortunately, we didn't really respond. We had a bit of a go, and we had some chances, or more half chances. Aaron Connolly had a good chance. David McGoldrick had a good chance. Carl Robinson actually brought a great save out of the keeper, which is probably our best effort, I thought. Or certainly the closest we came to scoring. But, and just to explain then the 3 changes that Stephen did make. So Callum O'Dowda had to go off injured, so Callum Robinson came on for him. James McLean came on for Aaron Connolly, and David McGoldrick came on for Adam Ida. So in the end, we ended up changing the whole front three as well. And not so much even the changes, but I felt we really lacked urgency and we lacked tempo when we went behind. I mean, I said Finland scored on what appeared to be their first chance of the second half. But only for Darren Randolph making a couple of great saves, they probably would have beaten us by more. And I mean, we never had a tempo or an urgency. And even if you take Irish teams of recent years, particularly when we went behind at home, thinking back to games like even the last home game in the Aviva against Denmark, even when we went behind, okay, we had a go at them. And I didn't feel we had a go here. We didn't have a tempo. And Finland, it's frustrating because Finland. I think we made Finland look like a good side. Now, don't get me wrong, they're no mugs, but they are a limited team. Okay, they have qualified for the Euros, but they weren't able to do much, particularly away from home. They're well organised. As I said in the pre-match preview, they don't beat themselves, and they didn't beat themselves. Maybe one mistake they had playing it out from the back, which actually gave Didsey a great chance, but unfortunately he was just too slow or didn't take it on his left foot. That was probably their one gift to us, the one chance. Otherwise, we had to open them up and create something, and frankly, we didn't do it. And I was watching. Well, it's a very unusual situation for me, and so for most of you watching this on TV, and kind of screaming at the TV and being really frustrated that there just wasn't the tempo, there wasn't an urgency, there wasn't. I don't know. We just were not going at them. We weren't. I suppose one of the things we've lost out of this more continental style game is we've lost the kind of the passion. It's early days. It is early days, but we appear to lose kind of the passion, the tempo of a performance that we particularly needed when we went behind. Now, I would caveat it and say it's pre-season for these players, but it was very disappointing, and it is worrying. The next time we take the field will be in Bratislava against Slovakia in the Euro 20. It's still Euro 2020, but it'll be for the qualify, the semi-final playoff against Slovakia. And I don't know. It's worrying at the moment, and Stephen's got a month to change it, but he's only got a few training sessions with these players, and well, I'm a lot less optimistic than I was a couple of hours ago. So all in all, a disappointing evening for the Irish side. And well, hopefully we'll see a reaction against Slovakia.